The hidden truth. The morning at the Pruitt house began like any other. Letitia slipped out from under the covers first, careful not to wake her snoring husband. Ebenezer, who worked the late shift as a security guard at the Richmond Plaza Mall, always slept late. She went into the bathroom, locked the door, and stood before the mirror. The fine wrinkles around her eyes seemed sharper every day. 44 wasn't old, but life had never been gentle with her. From under the sink, she pulled out a small cosmetic bag containing her hormone pills. She'd taken them daily for 20 years, calling them women's vitamins whenever her husband asked. Not that he ever cared for details. She swallowed one quickly with tap water and began her transformation. Makeup, hair, a polished look that never faltered. Even at home, even with the man she had lived beside for 15 years, Letitia couldn't let her guard down. By the time Ebenezer stirred, breakfast was already sizzling. Bacon, eggs, and strong coffee, just the way he liked it. Their marriage wasn't fiery, but it was steady, and for Letitia, stability was a luxury she had never known in her chaotic youth. "Morning, baby," Ebenezer's heavy voice rumbled as he lumbered down the stairs. A big man with broad shoulders and a belly to match. His dark skin still glistened from the shower. "Morning, sweetheart," Letitia answered, hiding her discomfort. The dull ache in her abdomen had worsened lately. "You're looking pale again," he muttered. "I've got a doctor's appointment at 4. "Don't worry," she replied. "Good. And don't forget the groceries afterward." Letitia nodded. He didn't ask more. He never did. At the Crown of Beauty Hair Salon, the day blurred into hair dryers, scissors, and gossip. Normally, the chatter calmed her nerves, but not today. She dreaded the appointment with Dr. Banks. Letitia had never confessed her transition to her doctor, and now, with her pain worsening, the secret loomed like a storm. By 4 o'clock, she sat in the sterile clinic room, nerves jangling. Dr. Nefertiti Banks, an elegant woman with calm eyes, began the examination. But her hands froze mid-check. "Mrs. Pruitt," she said slowly, "why didn't you disclose your gender reassignment surgery?" Letitia's blood ran cold. "I didn't think it mattered." "It matters," Dr. Banks replied, stern but professional. "Complications from that surgery could be the cause of your pain. We'll need further tests." Before Letitia could respond, the office door burst open. Ebenezer filled the doorway, broad and menacing. "Thought I'd pick you up early," he said. Dr. Banks, unaware, explained, "We're discussing tests considering the post-operative." Ebenezer's head snapped. "Post what?" His eyes locked onto his wife. "Ebenezer, please, let's talk at home." "No, tell me here and now." Letitia's voice trembled. 20 years ago, I had surgery. I was born male." The silence cracked like glass. Ebenezer's face twisted, his voice rising to a roar. "I've been living with a man. I'm a woman," Letitia said firmly, though her hand shook. "Always have been." "You lied." He slammed his fist in the wall, drywall, dust falling. "You deceived me, you freak." Security was called, but Letitia bolted, clutching her bag. Ebenezer charged after her, shoving past the doctor. On the street, Richmond bustled with its usual evening crowd. Letitia ran, panic-stricken, as her husband's voice thundered behind her. "You won't leave me. You'll pay for this." She darted into an alley, heart pounding. Then, the world went black. The next morning, a patrol officer found her body behind a dumpster on 7th and Main. Blunt force trauma, likely a piece of rebar discarded nearby. Detective Obadiah Willis, a veteran with sharp instincts, arrived to oversee the scene. The victim was identified as Letitia Pruitt, 44. Married. Hairdresser. No priors. Her husband? Nowhere to be found. At the clinic, Dr. Banks described the explosive revelation, Ebenezer's rage, and his chase after Letitia. Security cameras confirmed it. Letitia fleeing, Ebenezer seconds behind her. The salon owner, Kesha, praised Letitia's kindness, but admitted she had confided her secret when she was hired. Her husband never knew. Controlling man. She was scared to tell him. Her best friend, Chantel Dubois, sobbed when Willis broke the news. She had known Letitia since before her transition. She always feared he'd kill her if he found out, Chantel said. He hated people like us. Always said disgusting things. If he discovered the truth, she shook her head. Evidence piled up. Motive, opportunity, flight, everything pointed to Ebenezer. But something gnawed at Willis. A witness mentioned a dark sedan near the clinic. Surveillance confirmed it. A woman with short hair driving slowly behind Letitia and Ebenezer. Too convenient. 2 days later, Ebenezer shocked everyone by walking into the Richmond police station, exhausted and ragged. "I didn't kill her," he said before anyone asked. Willis sat across from him, eyes narrowing. "Then tell me what happened." "Yes, I was furious. I chased her. But in that alley, I lost her. A car cut across, and when I turned the corner, she was gone. I wandered, went home, packed, and drove to Norfolk to my brother's. I needed to think. Then I heard she was dead. Why take your gun? I always do when I leave town." His voice cracked. "Look, detective, I was mad, but I didn't kill Letitia." Willis studied him. After 30 years in homicide, he knew desperation when he saw it. Ebenezer's rage was real, but so was his grief. The forensics lab soon returned DNA results. Skin under Letitia's fingernails didn't match Ebenezer. It belonged to a woman. The sedan reappeared on cameras, leaving the alley minutes after the estimated time of death. License plate searches revealed the owner, Marcia Green, a woman with a history of harassment complaints against transgender women. One victim had once filed for a restraining order. When detectives stormed Marcia's rundown apartment, they found latex gloves stained with blood and a hammer hidden beneath the sink. Faced with evidence, Marcia confessed. She had been following Letitia for weeks after discovering her through old records. In her twisted view, Letitia was a fraud who deserved punishment. When Ebenezer chased his wife, Marcia seized the chance, cornering Letitia in the alley and bludgeoning her to death. The case shook Richmond. The public mourned Letitia, a woman who had lived courageously but secretly. Ebenezer, though cleared of murder, couldn't escape the ruin of his marriage. Guilt etched itself into his broad frame. Guilt for his words, for his hatred, for the love he never fully gave. Detective Willis closed his notebook with a weary sigh. Justice had been served, but there was no victory in it. A woman was dead, a husband broken, and a friend left grieving. On the board at the precinct, beneath Letitia's photo, Willis wrote the words, "The truth always surfaces, but sometimes it costs a life."